Hey, welcome to another episode. How's it going, Mr. McNasty?
It's going. It's going.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
everything go good for you?
In the past 6 hours, yes.
But that's it. Not before, not after.
Before it was a little rocky, but it's all right. It's all right.
All right. Well,
So
at least it's going. At least it's going.
it's going, man.
Um,
It's going. Doing good.
right.
You doing
Anyways,
good?
yeah, about as good as I can be. Who the fuck is not excited to say that? First off, our first comic book, the Kickstarter, still going, guys. We're like no joke, $2 away from being 300% funded on Kickstarter.
Fucking crazy, man.
Right. With still 21 days left to go. I mean, we're doing it. Like I'm pretty excited for everything, dude. But that's
Hmm.
not why we're here, and I know that we need to get into this episode a little bit because I think everybody is we all got bedtimes now. But let's go ahead and
I'm supposed to. It just doesn't happen.
fair enough. Let's go ahead and introduce our guests for this evening, Jason and Dylan. How's it going, guys?
Hey,
Welcome to the show.
awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. So how you guys doing, man?
I'm good.
Yeah, doing good. Just actually just did another one of these interviews just about 30 minutes ago.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Well, hopefully you have a little bit more fun this time.
Well,
We
they've all
tend to
been
have
No
an
offense to the other
open
people.
approach to things.
they've all been fun. I'm having a blast meeting just so many people out there. Lots of great horror fans, and it's I'm learning that there is a very tight knit community out there of
Oh
podcasts
fuck yeah.
and horror fans. So
Oh yeah.
it's like opening a whole new world to me. So I'm having a blast.
Yeah. How about you,
Hell
Dylan?
yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I had a really relaxing day. I'm a school photographer, and it was snowing here, so no school. So I had a great
That'd be
day.
nice. That'd be real nice. So
Yeah. There's a complete winter warning going on in my area right now, so I get it.
Yeah.
right. So, anyways, we ended up watching a couple of movies, Alone and Masquerade. And on top of that, you actually have an Indiegogo going on right now for Lonely Echoes, correct?
That is correct, and congratulations on your guys' Kickstarter with the comic book. That's fantastic. 300% funded.
That's
Yeah,
very
well,
cool.
we still need
Amazing.
$2 more to be 300% funded, but
Yeah,
that's-
$2 more. But so Lonely Echoes is we got a Indiegogo campaign for that running right now.
yeah, I got it going and sharing through everywhere right now too.
Thank you so much.
Oh, of course, man.
It's the third film in the Alone saga. It stars Dylan. Dylan is the male lead in the film.
Awesome.
And we're just really excited about it. You guys saw Alone and Masquerade. Lonely Echoes is where these films start to kind of merge and the storylines start to come together a little bit. The Alone Saga is a four entry series. There's four films in the series. The first one was Alone. Second one was Masquerade. Third one's Lonely Echoes, and then the fourth one is called Unmasked. But we're a little ways from doing that one. We got to get through Lonely Echoes first.
Well, that sounds fair. Are you able to give us any kind of insight of what Lonely Echoes is going to be, or at least how it's going to be tying in these two other films? Because, like, first off, Alone and Masquerade are both free on YouTube, correct? Like anybody can go watch them.
Alone is free on YouTube. Masquerade is still private. I do have a YouTube link which I sent you guys, but it's not public because
Well,
it's
good thing I
still,
did not put that YouTube link anywhere for people.
Right.
it's still early in its festival run, and a lot of festivals don't like your films to be available.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but if
I
you,
more than understand that.
If you go on our Indiegogo, then you can get a link to that, and you can see that yourself.
Right, and keep in mind,
There you have it.
I posted that everywhere. You can get that link on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook right now. So check that out, donate to it, and everything. Support some indie horror. Get yourself a little thing there where you can actually watch out this film. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like you can watch Alone for free and everything, and Alone's good. Don't get me wrong, but Masquerade's way better. It was definitely a lot more fun to watch, at least on my end personally. You got a fan here. Can't
Hey,
wait for Lonely Echoes.
Joshua.
Hey,
Joshua. He actually, Joshua is our makeup person. He did the makeup for Masquerade, and
He
is
did a good
also
job.
coming back for Lonely Echoes. So awesome! to see
Nice.
Joshua.
Really cool. That's really cool. So, with doing these movies and everything, like obviously, Alone probably was a little bit easier to do any of the filming and everything compared to Masquerade. There's not as much, practical effects or anything like that into it. A little bit more story driven and just kind of, it is what it is kind of story without giving anything away. But like, is there anything new that you're going to be trying with Lonely Echoes that you can tell us about? Like, I mean, you've already stepped up the gore and the violence like quite a bit by going to Masquerade.
Well, we're doing each of these films in their own style, like their own subgenre of the bigger horror genre. Alone was our psychological horror film, kind of like Misery.
Yeah.
And then we did Masquerade as like the home invasion slasher film, kind of like The Strangers or You're Next.
Right.
And then so Lonely Echoes, we're doing it kind of in the same vein as like Silence of the Lambs or Seven. It's like the investigative horror film. Even like the first Saw was kind of like that, right? Like with Danny Glover. Like before the traps started getting all crazy in the sequels, the first one was very like investigative driven.
Yeah.
So Lonely Echoes is going to be very, very much like that. It's about a detective named Kim Spencer who comes to this small town. And she's looking for what happened to her sister. Her sister's gone missing. Her sister Kat, and so
she's in the first film.
Yeah, and she's looking for her sister, and during her investigation, she uncovers a bunch of secrets that this small little town has, very dark secrets.
Very interesting.
Yep.
So, Dylan, how was it for you to actually go and obviously you guys are still doing the fundraiser here and everything, but I'm sure you've been working with Jason for a little while now, at least.
Mm-hmm.
How has it been doing these indie horror films?
Oh, I love it. Jason, we did another one. It was a horror short called Mama Lou's Bridge. It was kind of like a folklore type thing. And it was just a lot of fun. It's always fun to work with people on set that are really I'm losing my words here. They like to work with other people, and they are open to suggestions and things like that.
Team players.
Yeah, they're absolutely team players. Yeah, and that's my favorite part is coming together and bringing a thing to delivery that is a little piece of everybody, because sometimes as like, I mean, I write and stuff too, but sometimes when you get a vision, you get an idea about something. Some people get so locked in on what it's supposed to be and what it needs to be that everybody just becomes meat puppets. and that's not really fun for anybody else besides the director or the visionary. And Jason is definitely a visionary. He's got a vision, but he is so open-minded about everything, and he's so fun to work with that's one of the reasons why I think this has taken off, is because everybody involved owns a little piece of it, and it's moving forward, and it's just growing as it's going. And just the way he's doing it, where we're doing one film and we're kind of building on it, doing the second one, and now we're going to the third one, and we're building and building, and they're getting better every time. And it's a snowball effect. It's so much fun. The momentum and just the camaraderie built around it. It's a great time. I love it.
That's really cool, man. I'm definitely excited for you guys and what you got going on with this. I guess to go ahead and push it back a little bit now. Like you said, you guys do have an Indiegogo, and that link has already been posted, and it's going to probably be posted again here in a little bit for those who coming in late, and for those catching on the podcast, just scroll down to the bottom there, look at the show notes, links there too, guys. But anyways, on this Indiegogo, just to go over some of the perks that you have going on. Obviously, probably one of the most self-explanatory ones there is for $1 you get a social media shout out, which I'm assuming is literally just that, a social media shout out.
That's exactly what it is.
You
I'm
get
like,
the-
hey, thank you for your
right.
dollar.
The link for Masquerade, which is at a $5 level, which honestly, when you go and check out a lot of indie horror shorts, and like me and Chuck have done, I mean, quite a bit of these over the years now, and like the average indie horror short is probably in between, and this is kind of just being kind of rough estimate of it, but the average that we've had to watch so far is usually in between like 4 and 15 minutes. And this is well over twice the length of that. $5 for that, I think, is actually quite fair considering the amount of work and effort that went into that movie, for sure.
Plus you are contributing to the budget of Lonely Echoes, and you get a special thanks credit in Lonely Echoes. So
nice.
it's definitely a value perk for sure.
Right.
Yeah. The movie alone is worth that much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also for $5 you get a digital picture. Which is that picture that's there, the digital picture they get?
No, we're going to take a picture of the cast and crew, like all together on set, and we'll just I'll like email that picture out to people who choose that perk.
Very cool. For $15 you get the first page of the script, which is always interesting because that kind of equates to like the first minute roughly of the film. For $20 you get a video chat. That's a very vague one. Who do they get the video chat with?
Me, actually.
With you?
Yeah, I'll talk to people for $20.
Okay. Now I am curious because of how vague it is. Is there a limit on what you will talk about?
No. We'll just chat.
Be careful what you tell JB.
Personal stuff.
So hypothetically, say Chuck gets really drunk and wants to talk to you about his sex life. You will do that for $20?
It may not be a very long conversation, but yeah.
That's amazing. That right there, you sold me on that. I'm doing that.
Right. So if you want to donate to this project, what I suggest is get really, really messed up, intoxicated, whatever you have to do, and just try to think of the most uncomfortable topics. Call Jason Pitts for $20.
That's amazing.
Jason's gonna be really mad at me by the end of this conversation. Oh man. I just I saw that there earlier and I was like, that is really vague. I definitely got a question I want to ask about that.
You just randomly grab somebody off like the side of the road. It's like, here, you're gonna talk to them now.
It's basically a virtual meet and greet, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but and I get that, but it's just a video chat on there. So I mean,
only fans.
Basically, you know what I mean? Like you can take this pretty far.
That's what she said.
Exactly. For $25, you can get a digital copy of the film, which is the one that's not out yet.
Right.
Which $45 is a DVD and a poster. Just curious, do you guys do your own kind of distribution for the DVD, or you guys doing like printing through Kunaki, or like how you guys do it?
Yeah, we do our own distribution. I have a graphics designer that I'm friends with in Fort Smith here who does the covers. He makes the covers for the DVDs, and I pretty much just burn them myself here.
All right, that's cool. It was interesting. The missing poster is for $80. That one looks pretty vague too. Is that just the like a missing poster from the film, or is that like a
personalized
poster?
Yeah, they get their face on the missing poster in the film.
Oh,
that's cool. I can dig that. That's awesome.
It's just a big question mark where the poster would go. The poster is missing. So
yeah,
that's cool. I like that. I like little shit like that. That's cool.
Where'd the poster
go? That's awesome.
It's cool though. I mean, it's a cool way to be in the movie without having to, because like I know a lot of people have perks in their stuff where it's like, pay this much money, you can be in the movie. But I mean, Sometimes people live too far away. Sometimes people
we
just
have that
blatantly
too.
aren't good actors. But I mean,
Right.
the fact that you're given an option for people that don't matter where they live or anything to be able to do something special like that's still really cool.
I mean, it's the kind of shit that, like, people like, hey, man, what's this movie? Like, hey, that's me right there. See? All right, I'm gone now.
Right.
Yeah.
We can finish watching the movie, but I just want you to see that.
That's even a great opportunity for people who want to get into the industry and meet people. You just pay that, and I mean, you're cast in a movie right there.
There you go.
Right. I see for $100 you get the signed screenplay. I'm assuming that is a little bit different than the first page of the script.
Right. It's the full screenplay, a physical copy of the full screenplay, signed, autographed. The first page of the script is just like a digital email file of the first page.
So this, I'm assuming, is more of a full blown thing.
Yeah.
That's really
That's
cool.
what he just said, JB. He just said that.
Fuck you, Chuck.
Fucking listen, asshole.
So for $100, you also have a gray mask on here as well. Only one of those, though. Only one of those.
Yeah, those are the masks from Masquerade.
Very cool. Let's see. A featured extra. That's $150. That's pretty obvious there. Product placement, $200. Huh.
If you have
also pretty vague. I mean,
if you have an item, a service, or a YouTube channel, for instance, it'll be mentioned or featured somewhere in the film.
That's really badass.
We'll go full Truman Show on you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's cool. I do like that one too.
That definitely is cool. Let's see. You got the clown mask from Masquerade for $200. The red mask for $200. Producer credits are $300. Co-direct a scene with Jason for $350. Ooh. So when they co-direct, like, how much freedom do you give them, Jason?
Haven't done it yet, so we'll see.
I'd be thinking about that one if I were you.
Yeah, what if
you never know what that could bring?
Entirely different. It like changes the whole movie on you.
Yeah. And orgy ensues now. Hey, wait, that wasn't in the script. Fuck.
Really, really changed the whole plan of the movie if it just turns into like a half porno thing just because of a co-directing credit.
Be like,
it's a good thing I'm broke, okay?
It's a good thing he's broke.
Fair enough.
It get pretty big nasty quick, huh?
Oh yeah, it gets real McNasty with him around.
The worst kind of McSandwich you could ever eat.
Dude, just to give you an idea, we for one of our stretch goals for our comic book, we are doing nasty sketch cards. The first one he drew was a butthole.
And one's a pile of shit. Yeah. They are what they are, man.
Yeah.
Right. Joshua says, I don't know how to do orgy makeup.
It's really easy. What you need is you take lotion and you mix it. Oh, we'll go.
But I'll learn.
Watch Eyes Wide Shut or something like that.
I believe you could use what's called all organic materials.
I think Eyes Wide Shut was all real.
Just bring in like a big old jar of mayonnaise and just start.
Oh,
no, just it's lotion and water. It's like 50% like lotion, 50% water or something.
Oh,
and like
a cream.
You know a whole lot about this.
Yeah, I one time I wanted to be a porn director.
Oh, that's interesting.
Little known fact. I wanted to do horror porn.
Really?
So now I just write erotic horror stories. So it works.
Well, if you remember, Chuck, we made an appearance recently that I really wanted to do a page for somebody else. Maybe I could talk them into letting you direct a few scenes.
I'm not incredibly sure what you're talking about. I stay pretty.
A lawyer was threatened against me if I did it. So.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna touch that with. It would be no.
No, fine.
No.
Let's see. We also got an executive producer credit for $500 and the ultimate producer package for $1,000. I have done a lot of stuff with shows, reviewing movies and stuff. I am very curious on what ultimate producer package is.
All right. let me click on it and we'll go through it.
Yeah.
So
Well, like I can see a lot of it, but just talking to you about it, definitely adds a lot because, you definitely get DVD posters, you get digital copies, signed screenplay, but I mean, there has to be some other things that are
well,
kind
it's basically you are a part of the film. So you attend all the production meetings online, the table reads online. You're invited to the set. You basically join the team, and you participate in the creative collaboration that happens in creating the film. You've obviously got to be able to travel here to Arkansas or live here in Arkansas when we film it, and then you get all of the other little perks from the previous installments as well. Like you get the digital copy of the film, DVD and poster, the signed screenplay.
Do you get to do a product placement as well?
If you have some, yeah, sure.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's definitely an interesting perk to say the least. Like
I think that's I gotta say I commend you for that one because that's cool because it's like the underground sticks together. It's a saying that I just have always said because like we have to, no matter if it's movies, music, anything, and doing something like that is kind of giving back a little bit. So I mean that's awesome. That's really badass.
We have a Facebook production page. That stuff gets posted pretty much every day. I try to keep everybody updated on the status of where everything's at, and so the producers that get this perk would be able to come on and join that production page as well, and just kind of give their input on stuff. And
that's very cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that. I've definitely done those type things before. Hey, Sean, how's it going,
Sean.
man?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's still really, really cool though, man. I'm really excited for you guys now. Obviously this Indiegogo is still running and it's going to be running for what 21 more days.
Yep.
Weird coincidence there. I think we're actually running the same amount of time.
The same amount of time. How about that?
Yeah, definitely. Now is this something that if you do or don't make your goal, you're still planning on making, or like?
It's gonna get made no matter what. If we don't make our goal, we will do another one, and we'll keep doing it until we have what we need. So
that's fair.
The production time will just have to be pushed back.
Right. Well, that's actually cool that you're actually waiting. I know a lot of people just kind of like, well, we'll just work with what we got, and like sometimes I get it, like if you're like $400 short, you're probably not going to worry so much about that. But I mean,
yeah, yeah, I'm very very what's the word? Determined to be able to pay the cast and crew for this one because for both Alone and Masquerade, everybody worked for free. The budgets just went to room and board or like hotel rooms and food, and with this one, I mean you've seen the films. This team, like Dylan was talking about earlier, it keeps growing, and everybody is so talented. Their talent and their time and their work deserves to be compensated. So I'm to the point where I do not want to do this anymore without being able to compensate them for their time and their work. And everyone has said, we'll come back for free. Well, we want to do it. We want to finish the saga no matter what. And I'm just like, we'll get there. We'll get what we need, and we'll get you guys taken care of. So
that's awesome, man. That's fucking badass. That's cool.
Really cool. Yeah, that right there is why people like me are invested in this.
Right, because you want to make sure you get
he's
that.
He's one of the real ones, man.
No, I'm joking. Well, that's still really awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
That's really, really cool. I mean,
well,
a lot of times that doesn't happen at all.
No, and especially when someone's doing something that you're collaborating with or whatever, and you can tell it's passionate. It's not just like, oh well, I'm gonna do this and go to Hollywood. Blah, blah, blah. It's like I want to fucking do this. This is here. Mm-hmm. It makes you actually like, all right, man, you're motivated. I think I'm motivated too, and like it definitely helps. And I think it's badass. I think it's really cool, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
let's support.
Thanks.
So
yeah. Like you said, the underground sticks together. We gotta. What's the saying? Like the tide raises all ships. It's like we gotta work together.
Yeah, the tide raises all ships. Exactly.
There we go.
It's very true. So I know you haven't filmed this one yet, but I mean, with Alone and Masquerade, obviously you got a little bit of an idea of what you're trying to do. Um, how long has been like the usual amount of time for filming this? Because I know, when it comes to editing and everything else, I mean, it could take months and months and months. But I mean, even for short. But like, how long is it you? How long are you planning on doing shoots for Lonely Echoes?
7 days. I have it scheduled out for 7 days.
Wow.
Yeah, the script is 39 pages long.
So you're looking about the same length as Masquerade, roughly?
Well, no, both the script for both Alone and Masquerade were 22 pages. Both of them were 22 pages.
Wow.
Alone ended up being 33 minutes, and Masquerade ended up being 37 minutes. So if I go by that, I feel like Lonely Echoes is probably going to be pushing an hour.
Wow. So I mean, you're almost to the point of making a feature at this point.
Yeah.
Huh.
I dig that though. Kind of getting.
And
Right.
I wish I could spoil it for you guys, just like how everything is coming together. It's
Well,
so
you can.
exciting.
You just
It's
choose.
so
not to.
exciting. it's yeah.
I'm definitely excited. I mean, like after you're sitting there and having to
Yeah.
watch both those films,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like
The pieces are in
definitely
place
a tease,
for sure.
not being able to see the next part yet.
I have a question for you guys though.
One of we might have an answer.
Did you guys happen to watch through the credits for both films?
Yes,
Good.
I did. Did you, Chuck?
Is there something after the credits?
Yes.
Fuck me.
Both
Shit. I was sitting there. Oh fuck. I'm a dick. I didn't. I was like, because I usually always look after the credits, but I was like, I didn't know if. I mean, because a lot of indie movies don't do that.
It's a post Marvel world. You got to stick around for the credits.
I don't watch any of that shit, so I don't know. But
well, that's fair.
But no, I like the fact that I'm a big anthology person, and I know this isn't really an anthology, but like they all go together and all that stuff. I've been working on a anthology novel type thing where it's all a bunch of short stories that are different, but they all tie in somehow or whatever. So that's really, I dig that kind of shit, man. So that's really awesome. I'm really curious about this next one.
Yeah.
I'm really
they seem unrelated, but yeah, there's enough in there. I think in
Hell yeah.
Alone there's a magazine cover of Sylvia, just enough to kind of whet your appetite there.
Very, very cool. That's for sure. Like I said, I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do with it. I'm excited to see this actually get funded. Are you planning on putting a trailer out for it before it comes out too? Like, I know there's trailers for the other ones. Or are you planning on just like making the trailer after you got a lot more footage ready?
Yeah, we won't release a trailer until after shooting and everything. When we're into the editing process, we'll cut a trailer together.
Fair. Well, that's really, really cool. Are we going to be seeing any? Well, obviously, I mean, we're going to have a little bit, but can you tell us about some of the characters that are going to be making more appearances?
Or does that ruin it? Okay.
No, their names, the actors' names are on the cover. So Patty from Alone is coming back. She'll be in Lonely Echoes. Sylvia Darnell from Masquerade is going to make an appearance in Lonely Echoes. Dylan plays a new character that you haven't seen before. Brock, the sheriff from Alone, comes back into Lonely Echoes. And that's pretty much it. Everyone else is new characters.
Oh, very cool. Brock definitely made an impression of really not caring too much for his character right away with the first film. Like,
so JB, you saw the scenes after the credits. Carol Anderson, the little girl in Alone.
Yeah.
She comes back. She's back.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Like I said, I'm still pretty excited for everything that's going on with it, and excited to see this next one. I mean, I like I said before, like you don't get to see too many shorts where, and this is no discredit to other people, but I mean, like I said, Alone was good, but like Masquerade was really good, And you don't get that all the time where there's actually, something that's just that, fun for sure.
I would say that because you mentioned the sheriff is coming back. right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I gotta say my favorite scene in Alone, because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was like, oh, she's gonna fucking get him with the fucking ice pick.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, all right, wait, And then he just kind of looks down, sees the bag, and he's like, you better get rid of that before you get pulled over. And then walks away, and I'm like, okay, all right. I see the angle. That guy's a fucking dick. All right. Fucking evil ass grandma and fucking asshole sheriff. This is gonna be interesting. All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, evil ass grandma. You get that a lot.
Sometimes.
A lot of times. It seems like it's definitely become more of a thing in recent times. Like
What, evil ass grandmas?
Well, like what was the one?
The woman that killed all those guys. That her house is like a fucking museum
was it
now.
Like The Visit or whatever.
Or whatever.
The
You know,
Night
I mean-
Shyamalan movie, The Visit. Yeah,
Yeah. I like that one actually.
it was good.
Yeah, I don't like him not
Seen
Shyamalan and
that.
Ding Dong that much, but I like that one.
No, I think the best movie he worked on was probably Stuart Little.
Oh man, what about The Sixth Sense? The Sixth Sense was fantastic.
Uh,
I used
as
to
long
love
as it
that
wasn't
movie.
spoiled.
Yeah.
yeah. Once it got spoiled, it ruined the entire thing.
I don't know. Even going back and watching, I still love it.
I mean, Avatar, though. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That might have been one of his greatest of all
Burn
time.
my eyeballs.
No, yeah, that was a total piece.
I'm so confused right now. M. Night Shyamalan didn't do any of those, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He worked on Stuart Little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't do a good job. You know?
Well, no. Have you seen Lady in the Water? Obviously, he doesn't do a good job.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'm just saying, like,
He's really hit and miss for me. I really liked
sure.
I liked
Me too.
Unbreakable. I liked
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Split.
those
stuff.
three films.
Yeah, those were good.
James McAvoy was insane.
And I really liked The Village
Yeah.
too.
I hate that movie.
Yeah, that
Sorry.
one was weird. That one was weird.
That movie. That was one of those movies that when I saw it in theaters. It made me mad. It made me so mad.
It was so beautifully shot, though, man.
It was.
Yeah. In it is amazing.
But
Yeah.
I already guessed what happened in the first what was going to happen in the first
Yeah.
10 minutes of that movie, and then you always know when M. Night Shyamalan's coming in. You always know when he's coming in.
Yeah.
Have you seen Old yet? Have you seen that one?
I have not seen all
His
of it.
newest one. Okay. I'll give you 3 guesses of where he shows up. Think in your head where he probably is.
Climax. In the water, in the cave, on the island.
You know he's there. You know he's there.
Mhm.
It's not a horrible movie, but at the same point, I'm going, I kind of know what's getting ready to happen.
It's probably a reflection.
Yeah.
His
Oh, yeah.
photos are always a reflection, usually.
Yeah. What about Devil, the elevator one?
I like that one, actually. I thought it was interesting. It was cool. I like movies that take place in one place if it's done well.
Yeah.
Oh, like every
Yeah,
Jason Blum
yeah.
film.
Shut the fuck up. Like
Not
Phone
a
Booth.
fan
I
of
love
that
that
guy. I'll say
Phone Booth
that
is
right
great,
now.
yeah.
JB
No.
hates Jason Blum.
I hate anybody who makes Black Christmas and
Okay, that was pretty shitty. That was horrible.
that was
but
more than pretty shitty. That was
he's got some good movies and some
Evil
bad ones,
pile of
JB.
horse
That
shit.
one.
We have guests here. We can't do this in front of them.
Can't fight in front of the guests.
You act like we're.
It's gonna make it awkward for them,
Are you-
honey.
Are you guys down with the new Dark Universe that he's rebooting, like with the Invisible Man and everything?
I'm kind of iffy with some of it, to be honest with you. Like,
Well,
Isn't
like
that Saul after the Mummy?
Yeah, because
I think he did.
they tried to do it with the Tom Cruise thing, but
Yeah.
his
no,
ego
they're
got
supposed
in
to
the
have a
way.
Wolfman come out, though, aren't they?
Dude, I thought Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll was badass, though.
Yeah, I liked that aspect, but I think they completely scrapped the whole thing because the Mummy tanked so hard.
Yeah, I didn't see it, and I'm glad I
I didn't
didn't.
either.
Was the
was
Invisible Man? Was that
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
that whole thing?
Yeah, that was kind of like the start of the whole.
Yeah, I hated that one
reboot.
too. I hated that reboot. I
There
love
was
the
all
original.
kinds of Easter eggs in there, like starting the Dark Universe. And
Yeah.
Russell Crowe was in it as Dr. Jekyll, and he was awesome in it.
Yeah,
Well,
I thought so too.
Yeah,
I
he
think
was
it was
like
like
best
early
thing about
last
it.
year.
Oh, I
They
did see
were
that one.
Still
Yeah, I did
doing
see
some
that
of
one.
it though,
Yeah.
because yeah, Ryan Gosling's going to be playing the Wolfman along. the
Oh, yeah,
upcoming
I saw
one.
that.
And
Hopefully, it's better than that other piece of shit they made a while
I mean,
back.
Ryan Gosling's a good actor, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, I like Ryan Gosling. He always looks like this.
well, he did a great job on Young Hercules.
There's the moon.
He's actually hilarious, but he's funny.
He's great. No, for sure. Anyways, though, bringing it back to you guys. Don't get me wrong, I can talk about random horror films all the fucking time.
I can too.
You know, but I mean, like you know, I'm still pretty stoked about this. Now, with doing Alone in Masquerade, were there any like challenges and everything that you had to like really overcome by, you know, with doing these independent shorts? Because I'm assuming you probably didn't have quite the budget you're probably shooting for with Lonely Echoes.
Yeah.
So I mean, there had to have been some things there that were a little bit difficult.
Yeah. For Alone, our biggest challenge. It's funny because both challenges on both major challenges on both films were sound related. In Alone, in the gas station scenes, the owner of the gas station was supposed to be there, but on the day that we were shooting, he happened to have an emergency surgery, and so he was in the hospital, and nobody else had the keys to the stupid office, and their music was playing. So
man,
yeah. So we had a big problem. So what we did is Lon Keith, our sound guy, we had him,
who's great,
take the covers off the speakers, and we stuffed shirts and stuff into the ceilings on all the speakers to muffle it, and it worked. But
well, hey, if it works,
yeah,
you know,
that definitely sucked.
I can't imagine.
That was the biggest challenge on Alone. Another big one was the hotel room that we shot in. I had permission from the hotel room owner all the way up until the day that we were supposed to go to shoot, and all of a sudden he's on the phone trying to back out, and I was like, dude, you signed this release, and we're on our way right now to shoot. And he ended up backing down and letting us shoot, but that was very stressful.
Wow.
I can only imagine.
Not over there.
Why was he wanting to back down?
Oh,
Like, why was he not wanting to?
He was afraid that we were shooting like a porno or something.
Well, I mean, it's a
It's
hotel.
lucky Chuck didn't get that co-director.
Yeah.
fee.
Yeah. Wait a second. Are you saying you want it to be a porno? I mean, we can work on.
we know a guy now, so
Yeah, we know a guy.
I got to run a couple of scene guys. Give me just a second, please.
Oh
Thanks.
man.
just
And then-
splice
and
it
then
in
for,
like Fight Club, just
Yeah.
one frame at a time.
Yeah.
And then for Masquerade, the biggest challenge, the host, the people who owned the house that we shot at, fantastic people. I love them to death. They had a feud going with their neighbor. Like I'm serious. This is like the craziest crap I've ever seen. It's like a Hatfield and McCoy feud, right? They're each trying to get each other thrown into jail.
Oh man.
It's your relatives, JB.
This dude saw that we were shooting something outside and puts these huge speakers on his porch and cranks them all the way up, gets in his car and leaves just to be a dick.
Wow.
I did years ago.
If you listen in the film, in the scene where the police officer, the cops are talking to Sylvia, and you see the paramedics in the background bringing in the stretcher and everything. If you listen really close, you can hear it. You can hear
Really?
the music. Yeah.
What an asshole.
I've watched it several times, and the ambulance.
I didn't
doors
even
are
notice it, to
open.
be honest with you.
Yeah, the ambulance doors are open, and I'm like, I bet people, like, if people do notice it, I bet they're going to think it's coming from the ambulance, because it sounds like it's really far away and it's very low, but it's there.
Well, they did a good job with the sound editing on it, that's for sure. Wow, that's crazy, man. It's crazy you even have to deal with those kinds of issues. Of all the issues, I
We
didn't
even tried to
expect it
pay
be
him
this
off,
vengeful
but
people.
before he left, like, we even tried to, like, we'll give you like $50 just to turn the music off, and he's like, no.
I hate him that much. It ain't gonna work.
There was a chainsaw going at one point.
Yeah, there's a chainsaw going at one point too.
Oh man, that would have been interesting. At least the chainsaw you could have incorporated into the film, though.
But yeah, right.
All of the major challenges were just like external things like that. As far as like the cast and the crew, everyone on these films has just worked so well together. There really hasn't been any major obstacles there, which we have been very fortunate about. Like hasn't been any egos. Everyone just really has worked together really well, and it's been amazing, man. It's been a great ride so far.
Awesome.
Right. How about you, Dylan? What kind of challenges have you had to go through with doing everything?
Well, I haven't been a part of the first two, so I'm just hearing some of these for the first time. But I mean, let's see. When we did Mama Lou's Bridge, it was just out of the middle of nowhere, just traffic coming by, and that was pretty much it. It was pretty much an easy shoot, but. I mean,
so you definitely just had like the easy.
Lie to us, Dylan. Lie to us.
Yeah,
Tell us it was
I
horrible.
haven't had any
Like
crazy stories.
Hey,
people dropping bodies in the water. I mean, I don't know. Just tell.
Oh, well, there was at the end of Mama Lou's Bridge, there was like one little cut that accidentally made it into it that wasn't supposed to. At the very end, I kind of so like we were filming and I was just goofing off because I always goof off. And so like I was looking up at somebody and they said their line and I was like, oh shit, it's just being silly.
I kept that in there because I thought it was freaking hilarious and it was real. No, it's in there for a reason because
I thought it was an accident. Because I was just being silly. I wasn't trying to be terrified.
I loved it. Like you just turn around, you're like, shit. But awesome, I felt like it was something that character like.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on the bright side, you haven't had to deal with too many challenges. So,
yeah.
And your little thing that you did do turned out to be a blessing for them.
Yeah, I mean, as an actor, it's pretty easy. You just basically walk on the day of and do your thing and leave. I mean,
right?
We got it pretty easy. All the crew and everything, they're the ones that do the real work.
Right. How long have you been acting?
Well, let's see. Actually, so I've been doing like skits and stuff since I was like 12 because I started doing like children's church and stuff when I was in church way back when I was a kid. And then I did a bunch of stage and stuff like that. I've only been doing films since about 2016. And yeah. But
what kind of stage work have you done?
Mainly like skits and plays and stuff like that. I've been on like Susical the Musical and Godspell and stuff like that.
None of the pornos you've seen so far.
No. I've had a couple that were shady that we thought might get a little out there. But it always seems like the ones where I'm like, I'm gonna risk this one and this one's gonna be kind of like out there. So I just want to be a part of something crazy. And but it never got made. So
hey Dylan, so we worked together on Streaming Sarah. There's a pretty big challenge you had to overcome on that one, right? Tell me
shit, yeah, I totally forgot. Totally forgot about that. So so I was running a little late as I do, and so I was coming from here down to Hot Springs, which is I'm in Northwest Arkansas. Right? Yeah, it's like 4 hours or so. And so I'm coming like around the bend and it had just rained. And so I'm like, being careful or whatever. And I was coming around this curve and apparently that's where all the oil trucks go. So it was just wet enough. It was like an oil slick. And I hydroplaned and totaled my car and just like kind of I hit this big raised ditch and I was just like, pow, 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 pow. And it was just me. Sure. Yeah. I completely totaled my car. And God bless him, Buddy Campbell, one of our producers, just left, and I was about 45 minutes away. Just came and got me, and they put some makeup. I had a bruise on my forehead, and I was good.
He had a lump on his head. And this dude, like that's an excuse, right? Hey, I just totaled my car and like almost died. I don't think I'm gonna make it. But he comes straight to set. They just put some makeup on his head and he does his work. Guy's amazing.
Hell yeah, man. That's dedication.
I felt like it was my fault. I mean, you got the whole crew and everybody ready to shoot. I can't just not show up.
Right. Well, I'm actually after looking at some of the stuff you have going on recently, I mean, kind of surprised that you have time to even do a lot of this stuff, because I mean, right now you got a film in pre-production, a film in post-production, 2 movies that are filming right now, and that's not even including the stuff you got going on with Jason.
Yeah.
So, like you're definitely pretty busy, dude. That's for sure.
Yeah. Back in early 2000, early 2000, my son graduated high school, and something about that just really triggered something in me. I was like, it's either now or never. And I hadn't worked in film for like 15 years. I had a really bad experience when I first started getting started, and it really soured me on the business. But when I made the decision to come back into it, it was like for different reasons, like just because I love it, not because I want to, make money or whatever. And so I really feel like there was a huge amount of time, like 15 years, that I wasted, and I'm really trying to make up for that time. So, yeah, I've been pretty busy.
Right. Well, I mean, you can only do so much.
Yeah. Just all you get, the more that clock starts ticking. It's just like, man, so and so was a great director by now or a great actor by now, and I'm just, behind the ball. But and opportunities are so great right now. It's you can't just it's just fun. You can't help but just get involved and do what you can.
I've really been inspired lately, though, by first, Wes Craven is a huge idol of mine. I love Wes Craven. And if you look at his career, he didn't really start getting going until he was in his early 40s. Right. He was an English teacher for like 20 years before he started making films. And he did Nightmare on Elm Street, like I think he was like 41 or 42. And he had an amazing career after that. Like he revitalized the horror film multiple times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I recently met a guy up in Northwest Arkansas in Fayetteville here named Chuck Bowman. You can look him up on IMDb. Dude is amazing. Any show in the 80s that you can think of, he directed an episode of it. I'm talking like The Incredible Hulk.
Okay, that's
yeah.
I've heard the name before.
T.J. Hooker, MacGyver.
Yeah.
I was gonna say MacGyver.
Yeah.
Murder, She Wrote, all of them. He's directed stuff, anything you can think of. He probably directed it.
Oh yeah, he's definitely has quite the career.
And if you look at like his career, again, he didn't like his first directing was I think The Incredible Hulk in 1979, and he was like in his early 40s, like 41 and 42. So I have been really inspired lately by just finding examples of people who are in my situation who went on to have awesome careers after.
There's a lot of them. I mean, hell, Rodney Dangerfield, he didn't get his fucking big shit till he was in his 40s. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of them you wouldn't even think that's like, well, damn, all right. It kind of gives you a little bit of hope. I mean, fuck, I'm
absolutely.
I'm 38, and like I still play fucking doom metal, in a band, and like we know we're not getting fucking huge or nothing like that. Now it's just about having fun, doing what you feel like you have to do. Like being a creative is like that, because you have to get it out. If you don't get it out, it drives you insane. I've quit music so many fucking times, and finally I was like, you know what? It's in my blood. It ain't fucking going anywhere. And obviously with you, same with filmmaking.
Exactly.
Well, if you got a passion for it, you got to keep going with it.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's still really cool, though. I mean, you guys got a lot going on. You got a lot that you've done and accomplished already. With this upcoming project, Lonely Echoes, I'm definitely very excited though for that. I'm not even gonna lie about it. Chuck, do you got anything that you wanted to ask? I know that Jason, you pulling the screen back a little bit. you weren't originally planning to even be on tonight. So I mean,
Yeah.
I know that everyone has some bedtime schedules and stuff like that they need to take care of. So I'm definitely not trying to hold anybody back.
I work. I'm a technical director for a news station, and I have to be there really, really early. I have to be like 2 or 3 in the morning. So
yeah, my dad works for an ABC affiliated station. He has to be there pretty early in the morning. I get it.
Yeah, and you live like an hour away from it still.
I do. Yeah, it's an hour drive.
Wow. I thought my job was horrible. I deliver mail.
It's getting worse with gas prices.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no. I don't even want to get on that. That's
a whole different monster.
Try driving 120 miles a day to your work and back.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't have to do that because my truck only gets 14 miles a gallon. So it's like I get that kind of gas.
We haven't even talked about Voorhees Night of the Beast.
No, we definitely haven't. What can you tell us about that one? That was definitely one that I will admit I did not have time to check out beforehand.
I can tell you that we are planning on releasing it on Friday, May 13th on YouTube.
Okay.
I can tell you that it is a Jason versus Bigfoot film.
That's cool. Zoinks!
I'm excited for that. We actually just scheduled Deborah Voorhees to be coming on the show recently. So
13 fanboy.
Yeah. I just recently got that one, so definitely gotta check it out. But yeah, I mean, she was in part 4 or 5, wasn't she? Yeah, she was Tina.
She was 5.
Five.
Not that I remember that or nothing, but yeah, 5.
Why do you know that, Chuck?
Because I had a little bit of a crush as a boy. That's all I'm saying. Just get me on the show. We're not making this awkward.
Why did you have a crush?
I mean, because she had the best breasts in fucking Friday the 13th. She's a beautiful woman.
I agree. Yeah.
It's just like when we had Patricia on. I'm gonna be my best behavior.
Yeah, yeah. Miss Tallman was definitely a treat.
Yeah, and she fucking reprimanded me, and I'll never forget that.
No, I've never seen you so worked up in my life. Anyways, so the voice
because I smoked too much.
Night of the Beast.
Yeah.
When is that one coming out?
Friday, May 13th.
Friday, May 13th. I mean, so yeah, it's definitely not too far.
Doesn't it make sense, JB?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, he could have put it out on the 12th.
I could have. Saturday the 14th. Let's do that.
Yeah. There we go.
I honestly really like that movie. I'm not even going to lie about it.
You do like it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I do.
Saturday the 14th?
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid, but it's
very stupid.
So, it's okay to like fun movies.
It is.
People forget that. I gotta say though, I do have to say I'm gonna go back and rewatch these and watch the end and everything, because that's the cool thing about doing this kind of like thing where we have,
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, because like I was stupid. Should have went with the first instinct and went through the whole fucking thing, but I didn't.
No,
so I'll wait till after the credits before I turn it off.
We tried to make the credits interesting to kind of keep people there and watch.
They were cool.
Like with Alone, all the missing posters coming in, and then the magazine covers with the Masquerade. I thought that they were pretty cool.
No, you didn't. No. Nothing against that at all. I like that kind of shit. I like it when the credits aren't just
right.
It was the fact that I just figured that's what it was going to be like. I'm not going to lie. I was a little buzzed. And I was like, on to the next film. And so, that was my moment. Like my kid went to sleep, and I was like, all right, I'm going to watch these fucking movies. I'm going to chill the hell out. And I had a blast. And I'm even more excited about rewatching them after talking to you and stuff, man. And I'm even more excited about the next chapter in the series.
Saga.
Yeah, and the saga.
Are you going to be tying in the Voorhees Night of the Beast into the Alone Saga?
No, it's separate.
That would be great.
Now, I will say this. I think it'd be kind of funny because you were talking about the all the issues with the neighbor fight.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be kind of funny if hear me out. If you had, if that was like in the background somewhere else too.
Oh
like,
yeah.
like it's very subtle, but it's just like a little Easter egg type thing or whatever from the other one. You know what I mean?
Little inside
Like,
joke, yeah.
Yeah, like that I dig that kind of shit. Just like what you were talking about with the goals and stuff, like, you know, with the missing posters and all that. Like, I dig the fuck out of that, man. I think that's really badass. Cheers.
It's actually funny. Your actor that played Bigfoot is actually from the same city that I live in right now.
Yeah, Madman Fulton.
Yeah.
He's a TNA wrestler.
Well, his bio says he's a NXT wrestler.
He was.
I'm not a huge wrestler guy, but
he's with TNA Impact. He's with Impact now.
Yeah,
I just know him sounded familiar.
I just noticed that he lived in Toledo. I was like, no, I'm in Sylvania, which is like a block away. It's like where I am at least. So it's just something I just noticed that was interesting. But anyways, I don't want to keep everyone too late. I definitely appreciate you guys coming on. Everybody, please, once again.
Thanks for having us.
I have one more question for you guys.
Ask away, sir.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be.
Did you guys in Masquerade? Did you guys understand what was going on with Clint coming back out of the kitchen into the living room?
He says he is in Impact right now.
Yeah.
Well, he's a huge wrestling fan. With Clint, you kind of saw that. What's her name? Sylvia.
Yeah.
Is kind of going back to your Sixth Sense thing. Like she sees dead people type situation, and you know, it seems like not only that, but like to me, it was like more of like a her version of what she wanted those people to be to her.
Yes. Exactly.
So, like, really kind of showing off the insanity behind her. Especially, you can see that at the end with the other lady. I forget her name that comes out. And, you know, she's starting to finally swear and stuff. And that was the impression I personally got.
So that's the biggest critique that I'm hearing from people is people aren't quite understanding what's happening with those characters. But you got it.
They're not paying attention.
You know,
obviously.
Some of my favorite movies, they don't make like the subtleness of some things, like Pulp Fiction, doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense right off the fucking bat.
Right.
But when you go back and you rewatch it and you really think about it, you know more about it. You're like, oh shit, Lost Highway. You ever watch Lost Highway? David Lynch's Lost Highway. Watched that movie about 1,000 times, and I learned something new every time I fucking watched it. I'm like, really? I had a girlfriend one time explain that whole movie to me perfect. I cannot remember what it was. I think she was the devil. But
Lost Highway is nuts, man.
Oh, it's so good though. It's so good. Robert Loggia in that one scene where he beats the fuck out of that guy. I want you to get that fucking manual. I want you to study that motherfucker. I mean, come on, it's fucking great. So like that's not a bad thing actually, because honestly, in that scene, it did kind of like it made me think for a minute, and I was actually trying to go a different direction. I can't tell you what it was at this moment, but like I was kind of wondering some other things as well. So I'm glad that got figured out for me.
Yeah. It's always nice when there's that rewatchability with films.
Yeah, man.
No, yeah, definitely. But no, I definitely understood where you were trying to go with that one. I'm kind of almost would want to kind of hear what these other people are saying if they didn't understand that.
Yeah, some people, like I've talked to one guy who said, "Oh, so Clint was in on it with Sylvia," and I was like, "What? Where did you get that?"
Wow, you didn't see him die?
Yeah, he's
got a shoe hanging out of his face.
It's like they're alone together for the first half of the film in the kitchen. Who are they performing for, right?
Yeah,
who was Ruse on for if he's in on it with her?
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but
yeah. And then like some other talked to some other people who thought they were ghosts.
I had that thought too. Actually, I thought it was something paranormal. Yeah.
Well, I think if it was a ghost and was more paranormal, it would have been more of like the way they would normally have acted. But considering how much they were catering to Sylvia, it was definitely more of like just showcasing her insanity.
I would cater to Sylvia. I'm just saying.
You would. What can I say? What can I say?
Take my soul.
We went to this is hilarious. This is a funny story. We went to the Days of the Dead Horror Film Festival in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Both me and Olivia and Joshua Odom, the makeup,
right.
He went to, and Bailey Freeman, the actress who played Lizzie. We all got to go to Atlanta a couple weeks ago, and we screened Masquerade there. We were up for best story, but after our screening and we did like the Q&A, like every they're like they all volunteered to be killed by Sylvia. They're like, I'll do it.
Well, that's
She
one thing
can
about
kill
the
me in
horror
ways you
community.
probably couldn't show on video.
No, that's for sure. But yeah, it doesn't
Sorry.
really surprise me. I mean, it seems like that's something that's it seems like people just really want to die on screen anyway. You look at it though, but you know,
Yeah.
No, it's always fun when you die on screen. It's when you die in real life that sucks.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. It might not be that bad.
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
Right. So, anyways, before we go ahead and wrap this up, I've already shared the Indiegogo. Dylan, do you have a place where people can find you, talk to you, chat with you, bug you, bother you?
Let's see. Probably follow me on Twitter. I also do. My website is Broken Pictures or Broken.Pictures. I do I do video podcasts like this. We do The Walking Dead and Marvel stuff. Even though so and so hates it, but it's
Marvel or
fantastic,
Walking Dead.
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Well,
different
The
nights.
Walking Dead was okay
Wait,
for
who
a
you
couple
talking
of
about?
seasons.
Huh?
Who are you talking
Walking
about?
Dead was okay for a couple
I was talking
of
about you
seasons.
because you don't like Marvel. But
I was gonna say I'm not a more.
no
I
worries,
hate
no worries.
Walking Dead, so it's like he
I'm
knows
a
me.
comic book nerd. I grew up reading comics.
Oh
and
no,
stuff.
no, me too, dude. I love Walking Dead comics and shit. I love Marvel
Oh,
comics.
yeah.
I'm not into the whole movie stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like
So,
comic books.
Probably the best way to reach out to me is probably just find me on Twitter at DylanLaw3.
All right. And what about you, Jason? Where can people find you and bother you?
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I recently made a TikTok account. So.
One TikTok.
Yeah,
Everybody
I have
knows.
4 on there now. Yeah, you can just search me and find me.
Right. And obviously, if they want to
Around.
bother you, they can pay the $20 perk too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
$20 perk. We can talk. We can have a video conference. We can talk about the weather.
How many of
Right.
those are available, Jason?
I think it's unlimited, actually.
Okay, well, you better get ready.
Jason's
Says,
a lonely
if
guy,
Dylan
folks.
likes
He's supposed to
comics,
be
he
a
should
volunteer.
get Tales
Wait.
of Shock and
Yes,
Horror.
I should absolutely
That's not what it's
because
called.
I heard you guys talking about that. You have a comic book going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you released it yet, or is it still?
Yeah.
or is
No,
it
it's still on
uh,
Kickstarter. It's still on
okay,
Kickstarter.
okay.
Man. Yeah. It's going though. I mean, we're doing good. That's for sure. Yeah.
Jason, you're gonna have a lot of people on there just trying to tap into your psychological issues. Like, look,
Right.
how's it going? You're like, all right, so here's the deal.
Let's do it.
Right.
I've got this going on. I would dress like Toxic Avenger. I'm just saying, I would.
I'll give
$20
advice.
therapy right
I'll give
there.
advice. I'll be like, Sylvia would do this.
It's funny because I'm always
Or-
suggesting what other people will do.
Dude,
I've
what would
tried
really
to sell
sell-
both Chuck and Ron's dick on live shows. I'm just whoring out everybody I know.
Boy, that sounds horrible.
Hey, it's
What
okay.
would really sell is a moment with Sylvia, like a phone call with Sylvia or something.
Right.
There you go.
Unfortunately, she didn't work on the comic book with me, and I would feel really bad if I started offering that up without even knowing her. But
People can call me. I gotta
all I
get.
need to do is have Jason introduce me and be like, "Hey, can I go ahead and offer you up and some of your services to people?" That's horrible. God damn it.
Okay,
That was my chance of never
Weinstein.
talking to her.
Next.
Oh man. But anyway, thank you guys both so much for coming on.
Thanks for
we're
coming
gonna
to
go
the show,
ahead.
guys. It's been
Oh,
fun.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you
thank
guys.
you.
It was a blast.
Thank you. We're
Appreciate
gonna go
you.
ahead and wrap this up. Chuck, you got anything else that you want to add before we get out of here tonight?
Nasty Nation, Graveyard Talk, Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat. Check us out. All platforms you can think of. Just look it up. Show's coming. That's me.
Fair enough. So, with that being said, the crypt is closed.